Hey guys, today I want to talk about living near Manila. Why it might be a good reason. Here's why. You could live near Cebu, you could live near Davao, and still do the same thing. But here's the thing. You got airports, you got nice restaurants, great malls, and you don't have to travel that far to get outside of Manila. As most of you guys know, I live in Cavite province. I live in Tracy Martirez City. Beautiful place. And a lot of you guys ask me, Steve, what's the big kicks about living in Tracy Martirez? It's not the nicest town in the world. It's not the worst town in the world. But I've talked about the transportation here being probably the best around for public transportation. I walk to the end of my walkway. I hop on a jeepney. I'm off and going to Das Marinas SM Mall, and I like that. I walk up the street around the corner. Guess what? I can hop on a bus to Mall of Asia. I'm close to big hospitals, I just walked to a spider web. I'm close to big hospitals. I'm close to everything that I need. Everything is close by. But here's the biggest thing for my area, okay? And a lot of other areas, it's not true. Some people say I'm full of crap. Come here and find out. I'll challenge you, because rentals are some of the cheapest in the Philippines, right here in Cavite. And you don't have to live in a cabana or a bamboo house or something like that. You're gonna live in a nice house, okay? No spiders crawling all over you, ants at night, things like that. I got AC in my house and I pay like $70 a month. Right around there. It changes because sometimes we negotiate deals or something like that if I pay in advance. But, $70. That's for a one bedroom. And I've showed some of these apartments on here. A lot of people tell me, Steve, that's impossible because I live in this area here. Same thing down here is $140, $200. Or in Cebu for an apartment in a high rise, which, by the way, is a totally different ball game, but they're paying $500-$600 a month in some situations for some of the high-end condos that are furnished. Furnished is a different ball game. I can get a furnished apartment in my area, which they're few and far between, for about $100 a month. Okay, some of them have AC. Okay, so that's key. Some of them don't. I can get a 3-bedroom house for about $240. In my area, in General Trias, okay? I can go over to some of these other places in Tagaytay. They start going up in price. They start getting a little bit more pricey, but they're still cheap in some areas, So you can find some areas in Tagaytay where you can still get some cheap property, cheap rentals, nice rentals, and that's great. We got like a screaming fest behind me with all the roosters up here. But anyway, I want to talk about this is because a lot of guys that come over here, they start saying, well, I want to go up to Subic, Steve. I want to be near Clark, or I want to go to Angeles, or I want to go down to Cebu or Dumaguete. These are all the expensive places where all the expats go, and some of the prices are double or triple what I pay for a place. And yeah, you can rent houses, and some of those houses, even for a rundown place, they're charging you a lot of money for some of those places. You have to have them painted. You have to make them look decent. They're just not quality places for what you're paying for those places. Around here, you can find a quality place for about $220, $240 for a 3-bedroom if you shop around. And you have to look for these places. I found them before, trust me. I know what I'm talking about. These places are available. They're around. They're easy to find if you open your eyes and you do some walking around into some of these subdivisions. Now, granted, right now with the current situation, they're harder to find. I keep showing these apartments down the street that are getting built, and the reason why I show them is this, because I want to show people that you can get these for a deal. Those are less than $100. I think they're going to go for about $80 or somewhere around there. At the most, they'll go for about $100. But they're beautiful apartments for that price. And that's living Filipino style though. But inside your apartment, you can live American style because you can have the AC, you can have the apartment look any way you want to have it. Yeah, are your neighbors going to be getting up at 5:30 in the morning? They might be waking you up or something. They might have the radio going next door or something like that, and you might be able to hear them. Or maybe they might get a dog or something like that. It's all possibilities, and some of those things you're going to have to live with that, which in a condo or a apartment complex, you're not going to have that as much. You're not going to be hearing those noises and things like that as much. It's going to be a little bit quieter, and you're probably going to have a pool and stuff like that. So you get what you pay for, you know. But some areas, food is a little bit more expensive than other areas. In some places, it's cheaper because sometimes farms are closer by some areas than others. Like as you get closer to Baguio, you're going to probably be able to buy some vegetables and stuff that grow in cooler areas cheaper because you live close to that area. But yet down south, for us to get some of those same vegetables, they got to ship them down here, and the cost rises prohibitively to where the prices get kind of crazy. I find asparagus. I love asparagus. I love frying asparagus and put it in my eggs. I make like a omelet out of it, you know, and it's delicious, you know. And asparagus are expensive here, you know, and some things are cheap here. I can get things like pineapples, extremely cheap here. They grow them all over the place around here. They grow wild in some spots from people throwing the top of the pineapple, and they just lay it on the ground and they start growing during the rainy season. They start sprouting roots because it's always wet. So, and that's kind of a good thing. But I mean, for the most part in my area, it's fairly cheap. It is picking up in some spots. There's little areas, like there's a store called All Day Supermarket. Okay? All Day is like a Western style supermarket. It's kind of bent towards wealthy people here in the Philippines. Not necessarily expats, just wealthy people in general. And there are wealthy people in the Philippines. People think of the Philippines as all poverty stricken. Not true, you know? It's not all poverty here. Anyway, these people go shopping there. When I walk through there and I see the food prices, I think of the United States, you know? I mean, then I walk into McDonald's here and I look at the prices, and it's like $2.08 for a Big Mac meal here. Back in the States, those days were about 10 years ago when you could buy a Big Mac for $4. You know, $4. Now you pay about $8, $10 in some places, maybe more. It's kind of crazy, if you ask me. But I mean, and I know up in Manila, prices are a little bit different in Manila and other places, because Manila's expensive, okay? But what I tell people is this. The best part of living here in this area here is the prices, okay? And I have the opportunities to go out of town and travel, go to the beach, I can hire a vehicle, travel around cheaply, go places that I want. Manila's easy access, you know? But the best part is the housing, okay? For you guys that are on a low budget, let me just say this. The thing that's gonna give you the most money in your budget is your housing choice. It's gonna be your housing choice. If you pick something that's $600 a month or $300 a month, that's $300 out of your budget right off the get-go. Why do that when you can get a beautiful big bedroom, one bedroom, you know, for probably about 70 or 80 bucks. Some of them you can divide into two. You know, because usually people buy lockers, they buy these, they call them like Ruby lockers or something like that. They're made by some company called Ruby or whatever. And they put lockers up across the middle of the room and they divide the room into two. You know, and you could do that. That's what we did in my house. It might not be the nicest thing in the world, you know, but my house is clean, it's nice, it's comfortable, it's very Western. People that have walked in my house, other expats have said, "Hey Steve, wow, your house is like the most American house I've ever seen in the Philippines." And it is. When you walk in my house, the beds are all made, you know, the house looks nice. The living room, we have a bed out there for my little boy, and it's a sofa bed. It becomes a sofa during the day. And the kids lay out there on that bed, and we have pillows out there that they can lounge around out there and stuff, you know, but it's comfortable. You know, it's what you make of your house and what you make of your living conditions. But the choice that you make where you're going to live is the next thing that's going to cost you the most. You know what I'm saying? So be careful where you choose, guys. You need to really make good choices, you know. Living in Davao, you're further away from Manila and fresh foods coming in. Not to say that they don't have good choices there, but living near Manila certainly gives you more choices. Living in Luzon itself gives you more choices. But living around Manila, Cavite, it's one of the cheaper areas. You go up north a little bit, around Subic, Clark, some of those places the prices go up because the expat factor takes over. A lot of expats up there. There's a lot of wealthy people, a lot of people that work in companies up there. They make good money, you know, and there's a lot of wealth up there, a lot of money. So you got to pay more at those places. Just keep that in mind, guys. You know, Cavite is cheap. The pays are cheap. It keeps the prices down. But if you, like I said, you shop around, you find the right place, the right rental, you'll do fine. Anyway, guys, God bless. Take care.